Okay guys, this is my first attempt at the screencast-o-matic, but I'm going to walk you through how to do each of the problems on our final exam review. So this will be our key. The first few problems just say solve each equation, write no solution or infinitely many solutions if it applies. So we're always going to solve for x, or whatever variable we have. Start by subtracting 23. So our 23's over here cancel, and we get so we get 18 equals negative 3x, and then we divide by negative 3 on both sides, and negative 6 equals x. So we have one solution. For number 2, we're going to start by subtracting 4. We want to always get rid of everything not touching the x first. So negative 1/4 x equals 6. And then to get rid of a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. So our fractions cancel on the left. So x equals negative 24. Again, we have one solution. I'll scroll down a little bit for you. On number 3, we're going to start by distributing. So we start with negative 6x. If my computer stops. Yes, okay. Negative 6x, and then a negative and a negative makes a positive 3x. Whoops. Just kidding. So we have negative 6 plus 3x plus 8 equals negative 16. And then we want to combine our like terms. So 8 minus 6 is 2. So we have 2 plus 3x equals negative 16. Subtract 2 on both sides, and 3x equals negative 18. Divide by 3, so x equals negative 6. Over here for number 4, we're going to distribute again. So it's like we're dividing each of these numbers by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 27 divided by 9 will be 3x. Now our goal is to get the x's on one side and our numbers on the other side. And I like to keep my x's positive. So we add 6x to both sides. So I have 2 plus 9x equals negative 4. We subtract 2. 9x equals negative 6. Divide by 9. And x will equal negative 2 over 3. Because we can divide both 6 and 9 by 3. Okay, so for number 5, let's see if this works. Alright. Again, I want my x's to be positive, so we're going to add x to both sides. Now I have negative 10 equals 2x. Divide by 2, and negative 5 equals x. Number 6, we have multiple steps. So let's go over the steps to solving an equation. So first we distribute. Second, we combine like terms. Third, we add or subtract. Fourth, we divide or multiply. Our goal is to get x by itself. Okay, so let's start and let's distribute our 3/4. So 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. And negative 36 divided by 4 is negative 9. And then 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. We distribute over here again. So negative 9x minus 3. Don't forget that x right there. So then we add our x's because I want my x's to be positive, so plus 9x on both sides. They cancel over here and they also cancel over here. So now we're left with negative 3 equals negative 3. We ask ourselves, does negative 3 equal negative 3? Yes, this is a true statement. So our answer is infinitely many solutions. If we were to get a false statement, our answer would be no solution. Okay, the next part of our review is solving by systems. So now we have two variables that we need to solve for. Okay, so for number 7, we can either use substitution or elimination. Let's go ahead and use elimination since our x's, y's, and numbers are lined up. So in order to cancel out our x's, I need this x to become a negative 3x. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 3. So I now have negative 3x minus 12y equals negative 33. And then I'm just going to bring our top equation down. 3x minus 2y equals negative 9. So now we want to add our two equations together. So our x's cancel out and they become 0. We get negative 14y equals negative 42. Then we need to get x by itself by dividing by negative 14. So we divide both of our sides by negative 14, and x will equal 3. Now, we're not done yet. We're going to circle that 3 and plug it back into our original equation. When we plug it back into our original equation, we get 3 times 3 minus 2y equals negative 9. 9 minus 2y equals negative 9. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So 2y equals negative 18. So y will equal 9. Our final answer is 3, 9. Okay. Now for number 8, instead of elimination, we're going to use substitution. So I'm going to start by getting a variable by itself. And since y is by itself, we're going to circle it. And we're going to substitute it into the next equation. So I now have 5x plus 2 times 7x minus 4 equals 11. So now we go back to just solving our equation, and we start by distributing. So 5x plus 14x minus 8 equals 11. So we combine our like terms. 19x minus 8 equals 11. And we add 8. So 19x equals 19. Divide by 19. And x equals 1. And I know you know what I'm going to do. Circle our 1. Another color. We're going to plug it back into our original circle. So we now have y equals 7 times 1 minus 4. So y equals 7 minus 4, y equals 3. Our final answer is 1,3. Okay. Next, we are going to graph lines and write equations of lines. So we're going to start by looking at this graph. And first we want to find our slope and our y-intercept. So the obvious one is our y-intercept. So we can look right here. Here is our y-intercept. This is also called our b. Our b equals 3. Now we need to look at our slope. So we're going to see how many rise over run steps we're going to take. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope is up 3 over 4. Using our slope and y-intercept, we can write the equation of our line as y equals 3 over 4x plus 3. Next, we're going to do this equation the other way. So we are given a function 3x plus 2y equals 6. So the first thing that we need to do is solve for our y. So I'm going to start by subtracting 3x. So I now have 2y equals negative 3x plus 6. Again, I want y by itself, so we need to divide everything by 2. Y equals negative 3 halves x plus 3. Next, we need to find our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope is negative 3 halves, and our y-intercept is 3. We always start with our y-intercept. So we're going to go up 3 on the y-axis, 1, 2, 3. And then since our slope is negative, we go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 2. Down 3, over 2. Down 3, over 2. Then we can also go up 3, left 2, up 3, left 2. Connect our points, and we now just graph the function 3x plus 2y equals 6. Number 11 says, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, which passes through the point negative 2, 6, and has a slope of negative 1. So we are already given our slope. It is negative 1. Now we need to find our y-intercept. So we're going to start by labeling our x and y. X equals negative 2, y equals 6. And we need to solve for our b. So we're going to start by plugging these numbers into the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So I have 6 equals negative 1 times negative 2 plus b. B is what we are solving for. A negative times a negative makes a positive. We subtract 2 from both sides, so 4 equals b. Once I have an m and a b, I can then graph my line. So again, we start by graphing our y-intercept, which is our b. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, or we can go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. Again, we connect our points. And the equation of our line is y equals negative 1x plus 4. You could also write it as y equals negative x plus 4. Either answer will work. For number 12, we're going to solve and graph the inequality on the number line. So again, we always want to get our variable by itself. So first we start by getting rid of everything not touching that variable. We subtract 2. Negative 3x is less than or equal to 6. Now the number one rule when solving inequalities is if we multiply or divide by a negative, we must flip our sign. So we have x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Now remember that since we have this bar underneath it, we're going to have a closed dot. So I'm going to start over here. So we have negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. So I do a closed dot over negative 2, and since x is greater than that, we want our values that are greater than negative 2. So 0 is greater than negative 2, 4 is greater than negative 2, and so on. Number 13, it says solve the system of equations by graphing. So the first thing we need to do for each of these equations is find our slope and our y-intercept. For this first equation, I'm going to do it in blue. So our slope is 1/2, and our y-intercept is 2. We will start by graphing our y-intercept, which is 2. Then we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2, and so on. And then we can connect our points. I'm going to do the second equation in red. So our slope is negative 2 and our y-intercept is negative 3. So we're going to start by going down 3, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. We can also go up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up to left one. And then we